Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infants of tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly.
Hi, this is Taves.
And Khoury.
We're back on this New Year's Eve podathon. This time, it's going to be a little bit strange because we're recording this at 11 o'clock p.m. just in time for the new freaking year. And, well, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun with this one because the last few were serious. So I thought we could have a little bit of fun with this. But first things first, how are you, sir?
Not too shabby.
That's good. Blues has been flowing fairly well tonight.
Yeah.
So I'd say we're all in the spirit of things, so to speak. By this point, so...
And, and, we get up from time to time just to make another, anyhow.
Yes, another grab at the old booze cabinet. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I figured we could start off by saying, since this is the new year, New Year's Eve of 2011 going to 2012, I thought we could try to share any resolutions that we may have.
Resolutions. I usually don't think about those too soon. Try to make a wish at New Year's, but no, I don't think about resolutions too soon. Excuse me.
Well, yeah, but I mean, people typically come up with resolutions for New Year's and then break them. So, are there any that you'd like to break this year? You notice how I've been addressing the idea of keeping them?
And none of the usual crazy ones, right?
Well, preferably not, but it's up to you. After all, these are ones that you presumably try to keep, but not really.
Can't think of anything right now. I mean, excuse me. I can't think of anything right now.
Okay, well, how about me? Is that right? What you can't see if you're listening to this our podcast is Casey just quietly turns his head and be like, how about you, asshole? Since you turn the tables on me. Basically, my only New Year's resolution, believe it or not, this is going against everything that everybody knows about me, but my only New Year's resolution is to watch less movies. I say that purely on the grounds that there are less movies that I am interested in that are coming out this year, so
Wow.
I think that it's going to be that hard to keep. I aim lower than I can make it.
Yeah.
We do have some articles here that I thought would be kind of fun to go over since these are the last of the holidays and stuff. I came across some articles that I thought were kind of fitting to the idea of New Year's, and it was resolutions of sorts. So this could go under the heading of sexual resolutions, and we could go under health for the fact that we're going to be going through these. But the first article comes from India Today. In today. in/story/ his biggest sex secrets. HTML. So this is some numbers, but that's okay. This is by Mina Azodi, and Azodi is AZODI, and it's his biggest sex secrets. The only thoughts occupying your guy's brain during sex should be how amazing it is and how lucky he is to be with you. But according to a new Cosmo poll, the supposedly cockier gender has a lot of anxiety in bed, not that they'd admit it. Every guy has bedroom hang-ups, but chances are he'd rather watch a Twilight marathon than share them with you. It's a pride thing, says Ian Kerner, your PhD. They don't want to doubt their skills, and they also aren't used to talking about it, whereas women discuss their insecurities with their friends. Cosmo asked more than 1,000 men to confess the stuff they worry about and compiled a list of their top answers. So 65% worry about, this feels too good, or premature ejaculation. This is more of just kind of a funny thing, so feel free to chime in at any point.
Does that include sleep sex?
It might. We don't know. They don't specify. Now I know that about 6 or 7 goes right through my mind. What do you mean sleep sex?
Sleep sex, I mean, unfortunately, just like with sleepwalking, you don't remember doing it.
That kind of sleep sex. I thought you meant like somebody like dead at night, sleepy, and all of a sudden, there it is. But it's your question. Again, I don't know. It might. But anyway, it says that whether it's after 1 minute or after 15, and if a man climaxes too early, it shakes his confidence and makes him feel out of control. This kind of pressure can ruin the moment for a guy, and you too, since it screws with his ability to focus on your needs, is the parenthetical statement on that. You can ease some of the stress by looking for clues that he's struggling to restrain himself. A tense jaw, clenched muscles, short, rapid breathing are all signs. If you notice these, switch to a position that gives less stimulation, like go on top. You can also take a mini break between positions and touch each other in sensual spots, like the neck or the ear. I'm so glad I found it. I had no idea what to do before I read that. Don't knock yourself out over there. Yeah, that's funny. Because it says you.
Yeah.
Would you like me to slow down? Are you taking notes? Number 2. I have no clue how to make her climax. If he's unable to satisfy a woman, he feels like less of a man. That's why men appreciate it when you let them know exactly which moves are going to get you to your peak, says sex educator Luke Paget, the author of How to Be a Great Lover. Don't bark orders, but you want to say things like, this feels amazing. Can you go softer, faster, harder? The more specific you are, the better. It says to really reinforce it in his mind, think of a nickname for the move that triggers your O. If you like direct pulsing contact, tell him after sex, I love when you do the doorbell. The doorbell, really? There's just too many moves. Where to go from that? Pilot confusion. Damn.
We're never joining though.
Yeah, right. And the next thing the guys write about the number 3 is, whoa, what if you get pregnant? Here's an offer concept. The pillar. If you're on it, tell them about it. No shit, really? You think that might relieve a little anxiety? Or do you think that might cause stupid people to go, I'm safe, nothing could possibly happen? This one I like because it's kind of funny, given that some people claim this about me, as far as my linguistic skills go. My oral technique is a total mess. Again, this is number 4. My oral technique is a total mess. Again, the key to helping 45% of men who freak over this issue is to be specific. That's what it all boils down to, people being specific. Can't get much more specific than that. 5. If I tell her my fantasy, she'll think I'm a freak. No shit. Don't give me that idea.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Right. Nice. Very nice. And this appears in 44% of the people who partook in this survey, so you are not alone in that. I mean, whoever you refer to is not alone. And why are you looking at me? It wasn't me. Yeah, there you go. As he turns his head. He's afraid of being rejected or being judged. He needs to know that you're open to hearing what is sexual, what's on sexual wish list, so tell him what's on your own fantasies first. And again, this is by the same guy, Kerner, that was so instrumental in this study. So that's the first 5. There's only 9 of these, thankfully. Number 6. Would you like to take a guess, or would you like me to just go through these? What do you think number 6 is?
I don't know.
She thinks going down on me is gross.
Can somebody get Dr. Drew on the line and Dr. Ruth and have them debate this out?
It says, we were shocked to discover that 44% of guys fret over what you're thinking when you're pleasing him with your mouth. Really? Only 44%? Or is that the amount that fessed up to it? But the funny part is, I know somebody that if she thinks that going down on me is gross, a friend of mine, no lie, a friend of mine from Vegas would be like, yeah, that's true. I'm not going to get into the specifics as to why, but she would. Alright, number 7. That orgasm deserved an Oscar. In short, guys are afraid of women faking it. They recommend that women don't fake it, but instead go, yeah, I'm not going to need orgasm, because 9 times out of 10 guys will understand that, as opposed to when you fake it, because then they don't know what you like and what you don't. Plain and it's discretion, effing simple.
Well, I just read that a group of girls are planning on recording a song entitled "We're Not Gonna Fake It." And for those of you who are familiar with Twisted Sister, yes, it'll be to the beat of "We're Not Gonna Take It."
Thank you for that. Hey, I understand Michael Jackson recorded a song back in the 80s that was a response to that song. And of course he was thinking ahead. You know what his song was?
What?
Beat It. Just beat it. Anyway, I'm just sorry I thought of that. So, number 8. I'm really not big enough for 39% of men actually think about that. Oh yeah, by the way, just as a FYI, this I thought was interesting. The average size of a man's, what, is about 5 inches when erect. So if it doubles in size, it's 2.5 when it's not. That's the idea that I'm getting from it. That's okay. Right.
And Brenda said that 6 inches is not big enough.
Yeah. Ouch. Ouch. And how dare you, sir? How dare you put that image of anybody's head? Anyway, they recommend a simple "you feel good inside me" will give the broadcaster reassuring him how good he is. If he really is too small, put your legs on his shoulders and missionary or try spooning sets where you're side by side and he enters from behind. The bonus of this is that both offer clitoral contact. He can reach around if spooning, so you're more likely to orgasm, and since the guys are so concerned with satisfying years, see numbers 2, 4, and 7 on the list, that's definitely a win-win. Article. So, the rest of these are a little bit less so than that, but it was kind of interesting. Let's see here. You want to vamp for a minute? Suck up while I in this article here.
The sex stuff, yeah. And let's see about this. Actually, I haven't watched it back yet, but I did record a thing on sleep sex off Discovery Health Channel, so I'm interested to hear what that's all about. But
well, okay, two things here.
And there's also a documentary for those of you out there that will be I believe it starts at the stroke of the new year, and it'll run in January on Sundance, about a guy who basically goes around and it's a documentary about public sex.
Speaking of sex, I found an article in here on the internet that was from India Today again.
Yeah.
And they're saying that peer pressure drives sexting amongst the young. My answer to that, no shit.
Huh. You and me ain't nothing but news.
Too easy.
So let's do it like they do in the Discovery.
Yeah, just thinking about dolphins in that song, what's the purpose? Anyway.
Or you can take George Michael's I want to have
Yeah.
I want your sex. So there's one of those two options. But Home Gang or George Michael?
Yeah, we'll pass over that. So adolescent sex comes with health.
Shouldn't be done.
This is from Ian's Washington.
Too much teen pregnancy.
Yeah.
Just ask Brenda. She'll tell you about her granddaughter.
Ian's Washington, November 16th. Updated. And adolescent sex come with health risks. This was a study done on hamsters. And basically, the idea is that the hamsters that started having sex when they were teenagers wound up with neurological issues, as opposed to those who waited until they were full-grown adults. And apparently the same is true when you're teenagers and humans, because your neurological system is still growing at that point.
Yeah.
So that could explain a few things. So that leads to an interesting article, and this has to do with New Year's, what with kissing and all, but it happens if you're on a date during New Year's. Not that we are, but I figure it's a relevant topic, usually speaking. Especially with that Gary Marshall film. Anyway, what is your kissing style? I'm going to read this out and then you can weigh in, so to speak. That work?
Yeah.
Okay. The number one, the endearing kiss. Who? Not important. The kissing scene shows somebody taking a forefront, and though the couple did not rock and twist the lips too much, the affection is displayed clearly. The man planting a firm kiss on the woman, it shows the guy is really fond of the girl, and the kiss conveys more than just a physical reunion. The woman is the receiver, and it shows that the person more actively involved is keener on the long-term fulfilling relationship. A playful kiss. The man and the woman shared not one, not two, but 5 kisses in the movie, and most of them verged on being harmless exchanges of desire. The kisses were snatchy and quick, in most parts almost as an attempt to have fun where it lasts. These kisses go on to show a careless, almost non-deliberate approach towards casual kissing. These kisses are more experimental in nature. Says a random woman. High on passion kiss. The super mush French kiss between real-life couples brought the passion meters on the real too. The man and the woman kiss was a welcome break from typical Hollywood kisses, as it was unrestrained and sensual. Being a couple who worked for them, and the two were able to add the outbursts of enormous emotions.
Yeah.
Please note that I am not a professional reader, so this comes out a little bit more jumbled if you listen to me reading it than if you listen to other people that are professional readers do this stuff. The man has his eyes open during most part of the kissing sequence, and though it is against the unwritten rules of the passionate kiss, says somebody, it shows that the man is doubly turned on because his visual senses is also getting stimulated. It also says that the person is confident in love and wants to see the same confidence in his girl. The famished kiss. Sounds like a vampire. The man wants a raw kiss planted with almost a masochistic passion on the woman, and reveals a kiss that is high on untamed emotions. It's a kiss in the moment. The kiss is not thinking about any past, present, or future events. It's just going with the flow. It's in the form of a zealous kissing, where all do's and don'ts are kept on the back burner. It's also insatiable urge to get close in a brash, unrefined manner. And the famished kiss, which is something akin to our last one. The eager kiss. Pretty much similar to the last two. I'm not reading the ones that are redundant here, as you can tell. The unscored kiss. The kiss has the ingredients needed for a maiden, innocent, romantic gesture. That about sums it up. A plastic kiss. I think we've all seen that before. The quick, don't blink, otherwise you'll miss it one. And number 8, the sloppy slobber kiss. And we all know what it's like, having seen that in movies. So, I guess the appropriate question, though I'll probably regret asking it, is, what kind of a kisser would you say that you are? You can also say none of the above unless it else. I have no idea what it is.
I would say probably passionate. Along the lines of kissing, I don't know if people really think that, it's going to lead to something else, or if we just want to crank it down on things, but, and remember, I'm not talking about a kiss on the lips because I'm talking about young people.
Right.
But anytime I hear of a little, a kiss, basically what I'm saying is, I'm tired of these news stories of, a little innocent kiss on the cheek, and then
Getting misconstrued.
and then the boy suspended from school.
No, I can't say as I blame you. Apparently I'm going to have to vamp for a minute. Can't say as I blame you. I mean, to be fair though, it's one thing to be, innocently kissing somebody and have it be consensual. It's another to be innocently kissing somebody and then get that slap back.
Yeah.
And it's still another to do it once and not get caught. It's another thing to be doing it to multiple people and get caught. So I think it depends on the circumstance and was it consensual and all that fun stuff. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So I tend to think of it as that. Though I understand what you're saying.
Different from the days.
And just for those who couldn't hear it on the audio case, he said yes, he understands what I'm saying. So
different from the days.
different from the days. What?
Different from in the days when I was on the playground. I mean, didn't have to worry about anybody, running off and accusing you of this, that, or the other thing. I mean, I say the good old days, but it's true. I mean,
Don't kid yourself. These are the good old days.
You didn't, there wasn't any of that. You didn't hear about anybody getting suspended for a kiss on the cheek. There was none of this stuff of.
Oh no, I'm sure people got suspended for it. It's just it wasn't as highly publicized as it is now.
Yeah. There wasn't any of this.
Sexting.
I mean, any people can suspect anything. Maybe you shortcut through a playground. You don't have any children. Oh, well, you could get the cops called on you these days, and you're just taking a little shortcut.
Just a wee bit.
So make sure if you only go on playgrounds if you have children.
Yeah, or unless you have a death wish.
Yeah, I mean, and then, Joe told me about this guy who, it was in the winter, so the children weren't out at that time, but he was sleeping in the bushes nearby where on the bike path where the guy rents the bikes to people that don't have bikes, not too far from there. And the guy told and then Joe that he was a that he was a you know, basically one of these
Corny Casanovas.
not one of these guys who was you know like one of those sex with children guys.
Oh, right, that was good.
And so Joe went to various different establishments and you know, nobody, you know, said boo, and then he went into the Lake Champlain travel agency place where you can, you know, get the book stuff on the boats, and not the Spirit Theathon, but like the longer week-long ones and stuff like that, and then she you know, wound up calling, you know, wound up being the one who contacted the cops. So you know, I mean, and they knew he was there, you know, they just let him sleep there, you know. It's you know, it's that, and you know, other things are why I say here in Burlington, you know, various other parts of Vermont except for the real hick parts. You know, the basic rule of thumb with the law is with you know, anything that's in the law that's written down is, well, it's in the books, but is it get enforced?
That's true. That's true. But just to get off of pedophilia and
Please.
what was it?
Said please.
Yeah, or any sort of unwanted sexual
Yeah.
attraction or actions.
By people that need to see a psychiatrist.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, to be fair, there are some of those that, you know, that do wanted sexual things, that, you know, probably need to see psychiatrists as well for various reasons. I won't get into that.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to keep this lighthearted. I almost said gay. That would have been a mistake.
Like sexaholics.
Yeah, lighthearted fun.
Well, yeah. See, now you have to be careful about words you use.
Yeah, well,
There's very few. There's not. That's not true. There's a couple of words you can't use anymore in the original context, unfortunately.
yeah, gay being one of them, and fags being another. So there's probably more than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, fags in England used to be cigarettes
Yeah.
or a bundle of sticks.
Yep.
Now you can't say that without somebody jumping all over you
Yeah.
for being anti-gay.
Yeah.
You know, you can't say to somebody, "Hey, you have a fag?" Hey, if you're English, yeah,
Yeah.
you have to coach somebody on that that's English. Yeah, the dad to say to them, "Hey, you can't be saying that." He'd be like, "Well, why not?" Well, there's this different meaning to that now that you may not remember.
Yeah. So, yep. That's one. Gay's another, like you said. Queer used to mean strange or unusual.
Yeah. Queer is another one of those you gotta be careful with, because nowadays it's like, hey, you're anti-gay. Well, no, I'm not. There's also yeah, fag as we noted. There's what was the other one that just sat there? I'm forgetting. gay. You can't say gay nowadays without without a problem. Usually, person a little bit early, somebody's going to be on the street.
They must have heard my, they must have gotten high off my song earlier. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think it's just something rowdy.
But yeah, no, I you know, yeah, all in the spirit of fun.
Don't get used to being happy about those drunks, but nowadays it also means same sex. Kind of interesting, especially when they twist the original connotation. 10 minutes to midnight. Which means 1 minute, so you might want to cue up that song there.
Deck the halls with hits of Molly. It's the season to be druggy. La 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 la.
Now we are happy and now. Hurry up. Your podcast. Hey, by the way, while we're queuing up this song, getting ready for the last stroke of the new year here, how was your Christmas?
Not too bad. And Hanukkah. What? And Hanukkah.
Mine wasn't too bad. It was on Christmas. Anyway, given that is that time, I suggest we go through our annual song here that usually rings out the old year as we run in the new. What do you say?
Should old acquaintance be forgot and